For more content like tonight's episode, make sure you check out the Al Nicoletti Facebook business page, the Al Nicoletti Facebook personal page, the YouTube channel under Al Nicoletti, and all the amazing episodes and guests that I have had on the Al Nicoletti Show on iTunes and Spotify. Hit the subscribe button. You're on the go. You're in the car. Listen to all the incredible guests that have been on the show, providing amazing content and amazing value for the Florida real estate market. There's tons of value out there, so make sure you check it out. And the @Attorney Nicoletti for the Instagram, where all the micro content, the quote cards, all the video clips, and everything on probate, partitions, quiet title, and all the webinars that I've done. Check it out. It's everywhere. Stay tuned for this episode. This is going to be a great one with Omi and Jada, so I hope you all enjoy. Hey, everybody. My name is Al Nicoletti. I'm an attorney here in Florida, and welcome to the Al Nicoletti Show, where I bring on real estate super investors, rising rock stars, movers and shakers, and leaders of clubs in the community that educate, entertain, and inspire all things on Florida real estate on how you could take your company to the next level. On the show, we have swimming in a hot real estate market, and I hope we're going to talk about super niching and reverse mortgages, because that's one of the things that Omi and Jada John Luis are here to talk about today. It's incredible, the story, how I ever met Omi. Omi and I have known each other for 5 years now. I see him backstage. 5 years. Can you believe that, Omi? Where we met in Miami. And I think what happened is we were networking. I think we were networking all over the place in Miami, and we connected, and I was pitching all the probate stuff, and he got it. He got the message. And ever since we clicked from there, we kept in touch. He was sad when I moved to Jacksonville, but we still kept in touch. And he'll tell you the story too. He's got his side to it. But I'm so happy that I have both him and Jada on here, the power duo that have really been stepping it up in the real estate game in Miami, Broward, and doing the Tri-County with Palm Beach. I'm sure we'll hear all about that. But we're going to talk about swimming in this hot real estate market. And Omi and Jada John Luis, they are the founders of O&J Empire Group in South Florida. And through the power of education and custom guides, they take complex processes and make it super simple for their clients, right? All about making it simple. You got to make it simple. People have to understand it. And they stand by the slogan, "We make real estate simple." Boom, done. It's incredible. So tonight, we're going to learn all about how to swim in this tough real estate market, because it's not easy right now. The market's on fire, especially in South Florida, and how you should figure out a way that you don't drown in the hot market, because it's challenging. And they're going to teach you systems, how to build relationships and referrals so you can swim like a pro in this hot market. Because if you don't have these, it can make you drop like a rock. But their systems work, and it's going to be incredible. They're all over the social channels, so check it out. And without further ado, let me welcome to the stage Omi and Jada John Luis. Omi, so good seeing you. I have a smile to me right now because I love seeing you. And Jada, first time actually meeting you, because you two got married last year during the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exciting, man. And I can't believe it's been 5 years, bro. And I remember we connected, I think it was over an app, was it? And then we finally got together, and then it just went off from there, bro. We stayed in touch. And I remember from day one, the message, like a probate pastor, I was just like, probate, man, probate, that's where it's at. Probate, I'm telling you, it's about to happen. And as those 5 years went by, man, and everything you said just came into fruition, bro. Like I just started seeing probates, I just started hearing probates, and it's all around. I'm happy that you gave me the education and when it came down to probate, and to actually look into that area. But I'm excited to be here tonight. Happy to be with my beautiful better side, Jada.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Jada, this is great, Omi, because first time connecting with her. And you're both in real estate together, so you're able to be that power duo, power couple. That's kind of what I remember when we first connected. You were like, yeah, you got to find that one that's like the boss lady, right? The boss, the boss lady. So I love it. So tell us all the story. Like, how did you both first start in your real estate world, even 5, 6, 7 years ago, Omi and Jada? Like, how did you first start, and how did you get here today? And what are you both tackling in 2021?
Go ahead, take it away.
You can start.
Oh, you want me to take it away?
Yeah.
Man, the way I stumbled across the real estate industry, first and foremost, I was going to school. I was in college. I was studying sociology and criminal justice. And being a college student, you don't know what you want to do. You're in school, you're just going through, you're switching careers like 5 times. My aunt, she's a real estate broker. And she was just like, if you ever want to make a lot of money, just get into real estate. So I'm just like, real estate? I'm like, what is that? So I looked it up. All she told me was Gold Coast. And I just looked it up. And I saw that it was a real estate school, selling homes, and you can make really good money. So I'm like, oh, that's not bad. That's not too hard. I can learn to sell a couple of homes. So I went, got my real estate license. In the beginning, it was very tough, man. It's just like, because now I stepped into entrepreneurship, and what a lot of people don't tell you about entrepreneurship, that it's a journey. It's not just, you start a business and you just start making money right away. You have to learn. You have to learn skills. You have to learn customer service skills. You have to learn mindset skills. You have to develop yourself. So it's an ongoing journey. It definitely was tough for me my first year. It was a struggle, bro. Like, at that time I was still working as well too. I was working a part-time job down in South Beach. So trying to run my real estate business and work that job was almost impossible because the clients would be available when I'm at work. So it's just like I couldn't do both until one day I just saved up money over time, and it's just like, you know what, I'm diving in this full time. So I'm going head on and going full time. And I to this day, I say that's the best decision I probably made in my life, after marrying this one. I don't want her to kill me, but yeah, it was a tough journey, but I'm happy that I did it. I was solo for a while, just learning. I first started with Keller Williams Realty. Then I made a transition to Lifestyle International Realty. Shout out to George Councilbello. That's when my career took off. I dove in, started learning investments. In the beginning, for me, not more so a lot of sales, but more so just a lot of learning and development, actually understanding the business. Because one of the biggest things that I learned getting into business, you have to learn your business. You have to learn point A through Z of your business before you can even like build a team or hire people to do other parts of your business. You have to understand that part first. So yeah, man, a lot of mistakes, a lot of trials, a lot of errors. I'm laughing because my first transaction almost ended up in a lawsuit. But I learned a lot from that. I learned what not to do. So you can't be mad at the mistakes, because the mistakes make you better. Then eventually, I met Jada. And then, we started talking, and we actually met in the real estate. So I let her say that story because she loves selling that story. Then, we just combined our business together, and then it just was on for there. And then I always wanted to stand for something. I'm a big guy. I love giving back and helping people. That's where my heart is. And I realized growing up in school, I never really honestly learned the steps of purchasing a home or anything when it comes down to like even acquiring a mortgage or investment properties or building wealth through real estate. So it's kind of like a big thing for me when it comes down to educating my community and people around me about the real estate world, because a lot of us don't know. It's not until you step into the real world and how do I get a home? And what's the first step? What is it that I do? Oh, I have no credit. I don't have this. So I find it, I'm very passionate when it comes down there. So that's where the concept of We Make Real Estate Simple came from. We just had the idea like, oh my God, we make real estate simple, because it's such a complex process for a lot of people that, especially if you didn't grow up with the background. And we just took off from there, man. But let Jada give her 2 cents, give her side of the story,
So mine will probably be a little bit shorter. So when I was in high school, yeah, he had a whole thing about encouragement.
I can go.
Oh, he can go. He can keep letting it out. Let's go for it.
More significant than mine. So pretty much with mine, I was in high school, and I remember me and a friend of mine were talking about what we wanted to do. But backtracing, I didn't even know what a real estate agent was until this one agent helped my mom, and she was super kind and nice. I remember my mom even bought her a gift and everything. And then me and my friend, we were talking in high school about what we wanted to actually do in the future, and we didn't know. So he was like, you know what about being a real estate agent? I was like, you know what? That's true. But I'm actually the only one that actually pursued it. So while in high school, I was determined to figure out how to become a real estate agent because I did not know at all. And I was super friendly. I was also a homecoming queen as well, too. So I would talk to every single staff member and everything. So with this one staff member, I told him my dreams of becoming a real estate agent, and he was like, "Hey, my friend who used to actually go to this same school, she's like a millionaire real estate agent. She's top producing. How about you send her a message? See, connect with her. Here's her Facebook." So I sent her a long message on Facebook. I literally wrote a paragraph. It took her about a week or two to get back to me, and I really, really fought. Like I kept texting. She gave me her contact, her office number. I called her office and everything. I ended up getting an internship during my spring break, and so my whole spring break was actually spent with her, and I learned everything about the business engine. And then I was just so excited for it. It was a whole new life for me. Because at the end of the day, majority of us, we don't come from money. We don't come from a place where, our parents have a lot of money. So stepping into that environment and seeing what my life could be and what I could have, it was super exciting, and it was so eye-opening for me. So I went ahead and went for it. I kept doing my internship, and then I got right into real estate. And then when I actually got my license, because I was between two brokerages, I just had got it. So, it sends it to all the brokerages that you just got your license. He ended up being a recruiting caller for the brokerage that we're at now. And he actually called me on the phone. I was like, hey, we've seen that you're a new agent, blah, blah, blah. So he told me everything because, most companies, they really like to leave out information. I'll tell you when we sit down, no, tell me the commission split now, tell me everything. We don't need to waste time. He told me everything. It was legit. The day of, I went to the Pembroke Pines office. He was actually supposed to meet me, but he actually forgot. So I ended up calling him. I said, "Hey, are you still meeting me?" He was like, "Well, there's another manager there." I was like, "No, I want to meet you." So then he came, we met, and
it's the phone skills, bro. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
But I'm telling you, 4 months went by. We didn't like each other at all, and now we're married. So hey,
look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, Omi, when I was in Miami, are you still with PHP? Because you had a couple of things you were juggling at the time. You were thinking like realtor, like real estate side of things, and then you were doing the whole insurance side of things, and you were kind of like, I don't know which direction you're going. I remember I went to that class, and everybody's like dancing and everything, and now you switch over in 2020. You and Jada are like focusing on home buyers and doing TikToks and doing more social media and trying to help people like motivate them with mindset. So like your shift like happened really rapidly from like 2018 to now, and even today, like powering together to really kill it in the market.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. During that time when we met, I was actually I was in the insurance world, but I always was in the real estate world first. Just a friend of mine presented the opportunity to me, and I just love what the company stand for, and it kind of aligned with my values and principles when it came down to helping people. And their focus is educating people when it comes down to financial literacy and teaching them things about like insurance, life insurance, the importance of those, because those are huge, bro. I never understood the value of that. So, but of course, I had to go back to my first love, which is in the real estate world, and that's what I know. That's my bread and butter. I had so much knowledge that I acquired throughout that time frame in the real estate world, and I just couldn't leave behind. And one thing I learned as well too, you can't be a jack of all trades, a master of none. So I had to really like realize if I want to go ahead and make an impact, if I want to do something big, if I want to accomplish something major, I have to pick one thing and focus on it. And I read a bunch of Gary Keller books. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and also he has another one called The One Thing, and he focuses a lot about focusing on your niches. The riches are in the niches. So I realized I can make a bigger impact if I'm just focused on one thing, and that one thing for me definitely was the real estate world. It's so much fun. It's so creative. You get to meet great people, and I met you. So it's fun. It's phenomenal, and within the insurance world, not to knock the insurance world, it's a very cool industry, but it's just like. It's boring, it's boring. It's not as cool. People don't find it interesting, but in the real estate, everybody wants to get into real estate. Everybody wants to, talk about real estate. So we just focused, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go back to the real estate world and really just make my mark there.
I love it. Yeah. What you're doing now with Jada is amazing. So what are you both focusing on today? Because I remember like it had to be 6 months ago where I think you were like, we are hard in that reverse mortgage niche. Like we're going hard with the foreclosures, the pre-foreclosures. So what are you both focusing on together and powering together? And like, also, what are you good at, Omi, that Jada's not doing? And what is Jada's strength that you don't handle?
Oh, That's like 3 questions in one, but I'll let you take it, Jay.
So our niche now, what does our main niche?
Oh, our niche. What we focus on, of course, first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
That's like our biggest clientele base because we have a lot of people that, within our community. Like I said, that's why we took the entire approach of making real estate simple, educating the people. So we do a lot of seminars. Once a year we do an annual seminar where we get together and just invite everybody in the community to learn about the home buying process. Because I just feel like that's not stressed enough. And a lot of people don't have the knowledge. So through empowering people and providing them with the knowledge, we end up having a lot of people saying, wow, I didn't think this was possible. Wow, I didn't know I can actually own a home. Wow, I didn't know it was this simple. So and then we get referrals through, doing those programs and then helping the people that we help, those first-time home buyers, because it's an exciting process. Imagine you're a first-time home buyer, you're purchasing your first home, you're doing something that you never thought you probably could be able to do, and you just had somebody guiding you and walking you through the step. Why you're so excited, you want to tell everybody. You want to tell your mom, you want to tell who helped you. Oh my God, maybe they can help me too. Can they point me in the right direction? So we try not to like turn down anybody because everybody comes with their own baggage and stuff. So we always try to build the right resources around us, so people that can help us, that can help them get to the goals that they want to accomplish, and just bringing up the most value that we can. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, the value that you bring in. And we always try to back them, hit them hard with that value pack. Your other question, the strength side about what I'm good at and what Jada's good at. Mm-hmm. So we're working together. I think as spouses, because people tell us all the time, like, how do you guys work together? Oh my God, I can't work with my husband. I can't work with my wife. Or I can't work with my spouse. They're so annoying, this and that. It takes time. It definitely takes time. But me and Jada, we clicked. And one thing that we do a lot, and I realize in business as well too, that's the one thing you need to know, like communication. You have to be able to communicate. So we've been together so long, we see each other all the time. So the fact that we just learn to communicate and get along. I'm very good at my role is basically talking to people, going out on showings, putting deals together, coming up with ideas. And Jada role, pretty much she handles all of our documents, all of our systems, and putting everything, tracking everything. Yeah. She knows everything that happens throughout the day of the operation. I'm just like, wow, I'm running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And Jada's like, she's my guy. She points me in the right direction. You need to be here. You need to be doing this. And I'm there. You know me, I'm like a motivational time bomb. And I'm just like, let's go,
Yeah, you are.
I'm running. But together, I realized like, in the beginning, because, I want you want to do everything. You want to run everything. You want to do this. You want to do that. But then you just got to realize in order to make this work, you got to leverage. You got to leverage and let each other do what they're good at. So I don't step on her toes. I let her do, she knows what's best. That's her role. She tells me what to do when it comes down on that role and within my role. And we help each other. We know that, we may fight, we may argue here and there, but at the end of the day, we communicate, we work, and we're a team. And together to get the goals done, we have to work as a team. So team building skill through this relationship and this business partnership, it's strong. And I know you're probably the next question probably like, how do you keep each other accountable or something like that?
Good. How do you keep each other accountable? That's good. That's a great question.
I guess over time throughout, we sit down, we write down our goals. That's one of the biggest things as well too, because you can't just be running around not knowing what is it that you want to do or what you want to accomplish, because you need a roadmap. You want to know, this is where I'm at and this is where we want to get to. So we talk to each other, we sit down, we have dates and just talk about our goals. Like, hey, babe, what is it that you want? What are you trying to accomplish? What are the things you want to see happen in the business? How far do you want to go? And then from there, we put the similar goals that we have on a piece of paper, and then we just we tackle them. And then we always like remind each other of the goals. Of course, we slack. You're human beings. We slack. And so I try not to be too harsh sometimes, but she's pretty good at doing what she's supposed to do, and I'm pretty good at ones. But here and there, she's like, hey, she reminds me, hey, look, you got to be on it, and I remind her, hey, look, you got to be on it. So we kind of have that line where we know, like, okay, and then after a certain time throughout the day, our cutoff time is 8:00. After 8:00 is just us time, family time, and I think that was a good thing that we had in place, because when you first met me, I'm 24 hours. You could call me anytime, any day, 24 hours, nonstop. Let's go. You know, we're running on the streets, prospecting day and night. But, you know.
You got to take a break because you realize life isn't all about working and just money. You got to appreciate it and enjoy it because it's too short. It is too short. So we definitely have our stop time. 8 p.m., no more work.
Done. Time blocking. Isn't that great? Yeah. It's hard. It's hard though, because Omi, you're a natural entrepreneur.
Oh, like, yeah.
You're natural out there. Smooth talker. Like, you know, hey, let's make these deals happen. Jada's like, yeah. I love it.
I had to push my curfew back, bro. At first it was 7. You know, I had to negotiate and get it at 8.
Yeah, you have to.
So, Jada, what is the real estate market been like for you, especially lately? Because for everybody out there, they're in the South Florida market, Miami, Broward. So prices are just through the roofs right now. Everybody's like thinking their home's $1 million. Probably is at this point. Who knows, right? With everything going super high. What is it like? What are you all focusing on specifically down there? And how are you swimming in that really hot market and surviving? Because you got to survive that market in Miami. It's hard. A lot of competition. Cutthroat. There's not a lot of land, so you're dealing with a lot of properties. People that have been there for many years. What do you do?
I'll be completely honest with you. It is a really tough market right now. I would say on the seller side, it's much easier because, hey, at that point, they're the ones that's getting multiple offers. The market is so saturated with so many buyers right now. People are overbidding. They're willing to pay $20K over appraisal. So on the buyer side, it's tough if your client doesn't have $20,000 if they more to pay over appraisal, or if they don't want to overpay for a home as well too. So it's tough on that part. But I will say that our referral base is insane because we always follow up, and that's one of the biggest things that help us actually swim through this whole entire market. Always contacting back our clients, staying in touch with them, giving them birthday gifts, following up on holidays, actually personally coming and seeing each and every one of them on holidays to drop a gift package off. So we do that. So just that, it's well, because hey, even though if you let's say right now we have a lot of buyers, just from our contacts and our referrals and people that we worked with before, they're giving us sellers. So now you're in a better market now, hey, you know. So now you get in the seller market, and then once you get in the seller market, honestly, all the offers are coming to you. You put it on the market, literally, they're just like 20 offers. And one thing too that many people don't like to do as well is rentals. Rentals keep you afloat as well too, because you can have high-end rentals staying in Miami Beach, paying $4,000 a month. They even have $6,000 a month. So definitely too. So a huge referral base. And just honestly we keep following up with our referrals, and we really specialize and really focus on our sphere of influence.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on that one as well too. Yeah, definitely. This market is just it's insane. It's insane. It's crazy for the buyers, beautiful for the sellers. But in every disaster, there's opportunity. Mm-hmm. You know, as an entrepreneur, you got to realize you got to be able to thrive no matter how the market's looking. Mm-hmm. So you just got to reevaluate. When this market first went off and went crazy, we just sat down and just started reevaluating. By reevaluating, you got to look at things like how much is it to run your business? What are your costs? The first thing you got to do is look at your costs, and you got to cut back, because now you probably can't be doing the same thing. You can't be doing the same advertising, because you know we advertise a lot on social media. So at first, with all the uncertainty, of course, there's no doubt, but we just reassessed everything, make sure we know, hey, what is it that we don't need right now that we can cut back? That's not going to slow down the business, but that can help us focus on acquiring more clients. So we have a huge pool of buyers, and I think throughout this time, we got a lot more because of the high interest rates. So at first, the strategy was to advertise the high interest rates. And, you know, because we had such a big pool of buyers, so we started doing social media marketing, tackling buyers, just pointing out the fact, hey, bro, these interest rates are so low. They haven't been this low in 15 years. So that was our marketing strategy at first in the beginning. So we acquired a bunch of buyers, but we didn't expect for the market to get to the point where inventory is just so low. Like now we have all these buyers, but now there's no inventory. So now what do? So we can't forget about the buyers. So, you know, of course, now it's just being aggressive by me not finding a different strategy. So I like to sit down and just think and figure out how now this is the issue now. How do I get around this? And one thing I realized in this market that is very key, you have to build relationships. by build relationships, I don't just mean with clients. I mean with the people that you're in the industry with, like other realtors. Because now, because of all this technology, you know, you can easily just shoot them a text message or something like that. A lot of people like doing that. But if, as a listing agent, if I put up a property in this market and I'm getting between 10 to 20 offers in less than a week, you know, even sometimes even in a day that you get 10 offers on a property, like I can't sit there and just answer text messages all back and forth. So now if you're a texting type of agent, you have to know I got to get on this phone right away and I got to build a relationship with this listing agent, you know, and make myself look good and my client look good right away, and ask the questions, you know, ask the necessary questions and build that relationship. Because once you have a relationship with that realtor, it's like you already stand out. They already know, okay, I'm gonna check for Omi's offer because I spoke to Omi. Omi was nice. Omi, you know, asked me some questions. Omi's serious about his business, and Omi want to make sure his client gets his home. Omi told me about his clients. His clients are pre-approved. His clients are ready to go. Omi told me about the situation, and Omi seems like he's on the ball. Rather than, you know, Joe's just texting me here. He texted me a couple of questions. I can't get back to him. And by the time he looks at your text message, he already has like 4, 5, 6 other offers that are way better than you. So building that relationship. And another tactic that we use in our office as well too, when we're about to send an offer to a listing agent, even if we spoke to him, we ask another agent, hey, do you know this person? You know, like who in this office, have you worked with this agent before? Because a lot of time in our industry, we do deals with the same people back and forth, you know? So do you know this agent? You know, hey, you know, because it's all connection, you know, like just like if I had a job and I was looking for somebody and I had a random person and Al came and asked me for a job, I'm looking at Al right away because Al's my friend, you know, we have that relationship. So don't ever underestimate the power of relationships. So that was a big thing as well, to learning. And I met so many people throughout this market, man. And just being able to like relate to them as well too, because not only that you're probably like, you know, trying to figure things out, but everybody else trying to figure things out too. Because you may think this person's way further ahead of you, but man, this person, you know, is down to earth, open, and just, you know, want to socialize, want to talk about, like, you know, and you want to be innovative. Because I know all the powerhouse entrepreneurs, they're always socializing, they're always, you know, masterminding, they always want to get together and make things happen. So yeah, and going back to the buyers, so we had a bunch of buyers as well too. So it's now reaching out to these buyers and I let them know all the time, hey, I didn't forget about you. Hey, I'm still looking for you. Hey, you know, like this market is low inventory, but you want to make sure you're on the ball. You don't want to miss the opportunity, because if what's worse, you're not being prepared and the opportunity come around and you miss it, or you being prepared, waiting a long time, but an opportunity come, now you can strike. And then through you showing that you're there no matter what, even the market's tough, even if they're giving up on themselves, you're there for them. That just shows another level of commitment. That's that value part I was talking about. You gotta, you know, present that value, and then always ask for the referrals. Ask, you know, who do they know, and then the market switch. Now you want to tackle the sellers. So reaching out to people, hey, I know we spoke a year ago. You wanted to sell your house at this much. I don't think you was going to get that a year ago, but today you put it on, you'll get triple times the price. You know, are you still interested in selling it? Let me show you how you can do that. So reaching out, so that's how you get those. That's how we're getting our listings, and, you know, doing a great job for them. Now we're getting more. So it's just a cycle. It's just, you know, sitting down, like I said, relationship, value, thinking, and just evaluating and looking how things are. And you know, like I said, I keep going all day, y'all, but I'm gonna let you talk.
No, I love it. This is why I have you two on, because Omi, you have that aura, like that you're motivating. You're always like, we can do it. We can do it. Having that mentality is huge, especially in your industry, and being in South Florida. That is not easy. Like being in that market is really hard. And Jada, I mean, you know it. So having that as a super strength on your team, with that, like, nope, we're going to do it. We got to get it. We got to build the relationship. We got to go to this meeting. We got to hold ourselves accountable. And look what it's done today. 5 years later, look at that relationship, right? We built it. We keep it going, and we keep in touch. And I even remember when I first got to Jacksonville, you're like, oh man, he's out of Miami. Like, you know,
I was upset, man. I was like, man, but I was proud of you, bro. I was, you know, like, I was so proud that you just went out, was doing your thing. And I know business things like that happen, you know. You have to get out the comfort zone in order for you to grow. And look at you now. Remember with the social media, bro, I was like, hey, Al, Instagram, bro. Hey, Al, Facebook, Al. Al, TikTok. I'm always calling you. Each time something new comes out, I'm like, Al, let's go.
And you've always been like that. You've always been like, you got to look to got to look ahead. You got to look to the future and see like how you can keep improving your business. And you both keep doing it. How has social media for you to change the way you've improved your business, make connections, build relationships, share content? What are all of those incredible things that social media has done for both of you?
Since you're about to answer that, we can answer. Marvin, thank you for thanking us for sharing our story. He asked us what social media works best for us, so that pretty much goes with the question.
Oh, okay. I'll start. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and jump into that because I'm gonna go on for 5, 10, 15 minutes. So you can go ahead and jump into that.
So
go ahead.
So personally, I like Instagram more, but what keeps our business afloat and we get a lot of referrals from is actually Facebook. Now, as far as aesthetics and just the way it works, I love Instagram. But on Facebook, you have much more of an older crowd. You have people that are more qualified to buy or to sell right now. And it's just a better market. And I guess people more so, they love to text, they love to chat on there. We also do run ads on Facebook as well. Majority is really just word of mouth, our sphere of influence. They share our posts, they do this. You always have to post what you're doing. Once you put a person in a home, post it. Once you get the top producer award, post it. It just keeps the clientele coming in and it helps. But we do paid ads as well. Like when we were marketing for our low interest rates. That interest rates are super low. We did a quick 60-second video because nowadays everything has to be quick. So we did a quick 60-second video and we actually ran it as a Facebook ad. And I think, you pay a day for it, and we ran it for like a month. And from that, we did get some good leads as well too. Oh, even for Halloween, we created a flyer, and it was like these interest rates are spooky low. And then it was a really cool GIF and everything. So that helps us out as well. And we actually sent that personally to every single one of our clients on the phone. And everybody was like, oh my God, I know. I'm telling my sister, I'm telling her, I know, I'm working on my credit right now so I can get the low interest rate. So that helps out as well. And then we can get Omi's answer.
Social media. I call social media the great equalizer. Mm-hmm. What do I mean by that? Before, if you were a celebrity, everybody knew who you were, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's hard to reach that status. Now with Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, you can become an overnight superstar. That's how powerful social media is. And now for those people who are in business, when you utilize those tools for your business, it will take your business to an entire different level. And you see what I'm talking about, because right now, like you're doing podcasts and stuff, it's kind of like a form of social media, because once you're done, you're gonna post it on what? Facebook, you're gonna post it on your YouTube, you're gonna post it on that. And why are you doing that? Because people are gonna look at you. So when it comes down to social media, I say have all the platforms available, but also as well too, it goes back to the niche thing. I believe everybody has one where they're just like, you're the man on that platform. You're the man on that. Like, that is your platform. Because some people, they're just so big where they're just posting it, everybody likes it on that. But it's just one platform where, like, whatever you post, like, you're blowing up. People are like reaching you out, because there's so many different tools out there. You don't have the time to actually be on there, checking statuses and posting stuff all the time. But there is one platform or one way that you spend majority of your time on there. You're communicating with people. You're reaching out to people, and they see you. And a friend of mine who's in the marketing industry, he said one thing: if people don't know who you are, how do you expect them to do business with you? So that's how I look at social media. For me, my platform, I love Instagram. Instagram is cool, but like now I kind of fell in love with TikTok, so I'm cheating on Instagram with TikTok, but Instagram's still competing, and all that stuff. It goes back and forth. So I'm trying to utilize all of them, but I really do like Instagram. I like the stories. Before on Instagram, it was all just about, posting the pictures and all that stuff. But the stories are key, because why I love the stories, now I can go out on my daily activities, doing what I do, and I could just post a quick, 5-second story, hey, this and that. And it's just like, it's like you're walking with me throughout my day. It's like you're there with me. And I realize I get a lot of like feedback from that, because people can comment on your stories. Like if I'm going out looking at a house or posting a house, hey, look, just got this new listing. Or hey, look, just showed this property 3-2. People are, okay, where is it? They're commenting. You know, they're out there. So the stories are very, very good, especially if you're not the type of person who likes to post every single day, or you don't know what to post. Utilize the stories on Instagram. You know, and you have, like Jada was saying in the beginning, is too, you got to know your market. The market is key. You know, like your market. I honestly believe you can be the worst entrepreneur or worst salesperson in the world, but if you're in a good market, I don't think you can fail. Because you know, it's like trying to sell hot dogs. You know, what do you think is the biggest factor when it comes down to selling hot dogs? Are you gonna sell? Like, what do you think? Is it the product? Is it the price? Or imagine you have a starving crowd in the middle of a football game. No matter how bad those hot dogs are, you're gonna sell out.
No matter how
because
much
you know why, you're in the right market. So you gotta identify your market. That's what when we do ads, we know, hey, we want to hit this demographic, we want to hit this age group, we want to hit this and that. But things are changing. That's the only reason why we utilize all the platforms, but we still post our content on the different platforms, because you might say, oh, the younger generation's on Instagram, but that younger person may have a mother, a brother, a sister. And just because you're educating them, that's why we take the educational approach, because we like teaching the younger generation as well too. Because they learn something. Hey, mom, look what I learned. Hey, you want a realtor? Oh, this cool guy I'm friends with on Instagram. His name's Omi. You know, he's always educated. I learned so much. Like, I think you should call him. And we got clients like that all the time. I got people, you know, that, hey, my mom wants to buy. My mom wants to sell. You know, we want to use you. Really? Instagram. I watch this stuff all the time. You know, oh man, great video. Oh, I did not know that. So educating them. So I say every platform has its pros and its cons, but you just pick one. Pick the one that you're good at. But Facebook overall is really good with the ads, because you get to customize them. And, you know, companies paying billions and millions of dollars just to advertise on Facebook, and Facebook owns everything. You know, they own WhatsApp, they own Instagram. They're just buying up everything. So pick that one platform. YouTube is great. So it all depends on what you do. You know, if you're with the videos and all that stuff, you're on YouTube. But all these other videos now, you know, have the quick seconds. Like TikTok is the bomb right now, bro. You seen my house hack video and all that stuff. Yeah. So we try to make it cool, you know, try to, get the kids involved as well too.
Teach me how to house hack. Yeah.
They're the future. But that's my long response right there.
Yeah. You did great with that video. I wish you could show that right now, but
man.
You know, what is your TikTok username so people can check you out on the TikTok?
If I told you I know, bro, I'll look it up. I think it's the same thing as my Instagram, Omi_mindset. I believe so. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Got to make sure we check that out. Marvin, great question with social media, because that's super important, and doing those ads, whether it's organically posting or using sponsored ads, it's huge in anybody's business. So great question, Marvin. Also, Kenny asked a question, and Kenny said, any tips for bird dogs?
Bird dogs?
Bird dogs.
Bird dogs.
I don't know. He put any tips for bird dogs?
I was confused.
What is bird dogs, Kenny? If I knew, I would answer the question for you, but you got to help me out. Help me help you, Kenny.
He'll put that up there. But Omi, like what you're saying with everything with social media has been huge, because I think at one point you and Jada were doing like educational videos, like during the pandemic. You were doing full blown, like sometimes on the whiteboard, or you were doing like really deep stuff. So
one great example I can give you is yourself, man. Like the content that you bring and how you educate us. And all the time I'm grabbing, hey Al, can you do a probate class for our real estate brokerage? Bro, we need you. Like just that alone, just like you don't know how many people you empower. Just that knowledge right there, because not so many people, they just want people to buy from you. But what are you giving? Remember, like I said in the beginning, it's all about value. How you get some of the top people to just be on the show, and you see how you've grown over time as well. So you're constantly providing value, and people can come on here. Okay, I know when I hop on this, I'm going to learn something, and I was going to have something valuable to teach me, because this show is awesome. And if I want anything to do with Florida probate or real estate, I'm tuning in, because I'm going to get some great value from there. So that's a great example. You're a perfect example.
Yeah, you just got to put the content out there, and having that content with people like you and Jada that are killing it in the market down in South Florida, and sharing your story and your experience about what's going on is huge. So how are you both overcoming any of those challenges with that kind of seller's market with the buyers? When you have like 20, 25 buyers with those offers, like how are you overcoming those challenges, and how are you constantly keeping that stamina to pick up more business all the time? When it gets a little slow, what are you doing? When it gets busy, what are you doing? Like, how are you just going to keep going? What do you do?
Man, one of the biggest things, it's communicating with some of the top other players in the industry, and some of the top players within the brokers, because there's power in masterminding. So I'm always the type to go, hey, this market's looking like this. What are you guys doing? What are you doing different and stuff? And one of the biggest things when it comes down to this market, to getting your buyer's offer accepted, you have to reduce the terms, because you got to think as a seller. Okay, I have 20 offers, for my property. I, of course, now this is not off rip. I'm telling my buyers, look, in this market, there's no way you're coming in to purchase a property like below. You just already got to put in your mind, I'm paying over asking price for this property. So I set the expectation already, because I do the research. I know what type of market we're in, and just going through the ropes up and down, you see that every property that we're applying for, if you're not paying some type of money, over asking price, you're not winning these offers. Especially with the sellers coming in with the intention, I'm selling my house in this market just because I know I'm going to make a lot more money than I probably would have made, a year or two ago. So, and then coming down to the deal itself, structuring the deal. Before, you can't have a 10-day inspection period in this market. No, because they want to make sure like you're a serious buyer. And if you're a serious buyer, you don't need 7 or 10 days to do an inspection period. So you got to reduce it. And you got to have a good inspector, a good team around you, because your team plays a role in if your buyer is going to get that house or that deal or not. Because you want to make sure your inspector can come in, do that inspection, within three days or even 2 days. Or some people I've seen in 1 day, and you got to get that report back right away. I seen some agents. They told me I do the appraisal up front. I mean, that's a greater risk. You got to, explain to the buyer and stuff like that. They're going to waste some money, but that's just the type of market that we're looking at. And you got to know that there's no appraisal contingency. A lot of these homes, like the sellers already telling you up front, like, look, if we're getting over asking price, like you got to remove the appraisal contingency. So you got to educate your buyer. So it's a lot of upfront stuff, educating the buyers. Them, hey, look, this is the type of market we're in. It's insane. You're gonna come in, you're gonna pay over asking price most likely. We probably might not have to include a appraisal contingency. Are you okay with it? And from there, based on the buyer and stuff, because if they really want that house, they're gonna do what they have to do to get that house, and are they okay with it? So a lot of prepping up front, reducing the terms, switching the terms around. I seen one I haven't done this yet, but I just had to share this because it's so funny. On one offer, the buyer offered to pay the seller's Netflix or Hulu account for a year. You got to get creative, man. So I think they paid like $5,000-$10,000 over, and it was like, we'll pay your entire Netflix or Hulu account for a year. So like, you got to get creative.
And it got accepted?
And that sold it?
What?
It stands out, man. Your offer has to stand out. And then also going back to what I said, like talking to the agent, building, because as an agent, if I have 20 offers to go through, automatically I'm going to talk to my seller. What is it you want? Oh, okay, you're looking for the most amount of money. Okay, these are the top 5 that are off rip giving you the most amount of money. And also I don't like wasting time, so I call a listing agent up front. I'm like, look, what is your client looking for? Like how does your seller want to get this deal done? Are they looking for the fastest closing? Do they want the most amount of money? Are they flexible? Tell me, because a lot of times, this is not going to disclose that to you, but what your client wants. What what you want to get. So help me get you, the best offer by telling me. So I do that a lot, and it saves a lot of time. And the majority of the time, they always tell me, hey, look, they're looking for this, and that, and just here you go. It's right there. It's simple. It's easy, especially in this market. You don't want to waste time. Sometimes they already have like 10, 30 offers on the table, and you don't want to go show your client this. They fall in love with it, and they already by that evening they were choosing offers, but you didn't know, you didn't ask, you just went and showed the home, and you want to submit an offer. Oh, so we're already on the contract, so you're wasting time.
Many crazy things going on.
Yeah, it's insane. You have anything to say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I probably stole everything.
Besides the Netflix and the Hulu subscription, like paid for the year, and hopefully not through the next year. What's been one of the craziest stories that you've seen like this year with like over asking price or how many buyers like submitted a bid for a property? Like, what is that one thing that you're like going to go, oh, I got it. Like, what is that Omi story?
Honestly, it's quite a few of them. It's probably like 2 or 3. There was one of them. I believe that they had for a listing, they had 102 offers. I'm like, how is that even possible? 102 offers, and the property been on the market for like less than a week. 102 offers. So that was insane. I was like, what? That's when I knew the market was real. And then until like I just started calling, and then there was another property where client offered, I think it was 20,000 over asking price. No, somebody else offered $40,000 over asking price. They lost. Another person offered $60,000 over price. They didn't get the property. So I'm just like, how much did the person offer over asking price to get this property? And I'm like, wow, that is insane. I never seen anything like that. That other person had to offer close to at least, I don't know, because I think one person was almost at 80 and they didn't get it. So it had to be almost $100,000 over asking price.
Wow.
Coming out their pocket. So that's when I knew, like, yeah, this market is real. It's a different animal. So in the majority of the properties that we submit offers on, I promise you, so far not yet, there was one that didn't close over asking price.
Wow, so, they're going for
and in open house, I seen one open house. The line was from like probably the next block.
Yeah,
it
looks like a whole concert going on.
It was like a concert. Mm-hmm. It was insane. I was like, what?
The most insane story to me is when we were looking for the client that wanted to pay $3,000 a month for a single family home. You called the agent and they told you they had 30 offers.
Oh yeah,
30 rental offers.
Yeah, and this market as well too. Not only the buying and selling part is really high, but the rental market as well too is extremely high. I have clients in the looking for 3,000 and up there a month, and it's kind of difficult to find them something because those properties that would sit on the market for at least 60 days plus, those luxurious rentals, they're being gone in like 2 days, 3 days, like flying off the market. And that's when I know, like, yeah, this market is a different animal, because those properties, I always look at, like, based on the price range, how long does that price range typically stay on the market? And those were, 60 days or more. And it was kind of like easy and flexible to like negotiate the price and stuff, because, they've been sitting a long time, and you as a landlord, you're tired of losing more money, you're paying mortgage, you got to do maintenance and all that stuff. So quick. But those properties is like awful. So I'm just like, whoa, and you have people that like can't find a house. So there's like, okay, I'm gonna just go rent. And the cost to rent a home in Miami went up tremendously. For a single family home, I don't even think you can find one for $2,000 anymore, bro. You have to look, $2,000, I'll say $500 and higher, especially depending on the area. And another crazy story. One of the tough areas in Miami, Miami has a lot of tough areas, but I think it was Liberty City, bro. Like that area, homes averagely sell for less than $300,000. Yeah. It has to be a really nice, decent upgraded home that's, for 300 something. But a property in that area sold for $400,000 in Liberty City. And that's like kind of like, like the ghetto. It's just like, whoa, that's insane. When I seen that, I was like, whoa, we're in a different. People don't care where they're buying homes. They just want a house. They don't care how much they're paying over. Like, let's just go. Let's do this. So, and then usually as well too, like regardless on how the market goes, the rental business for us, that's because we have systems in place. It's a lot easier for us. We know what to do, what to ask for, and so we make the process so simple. Doing rentals for us is really like doing it with our eyes closed. So we have a really simple, easy process. And then when that seems like, okay, dang, like the pipe hole is getting clogged with clients and we're not pushing them as fast as we're pushing them, like what's going on? Like the inventory is low. I'm like, wait, the rental market is never low. The inventory is usually really high, but no, the inventory changed. I was like, whoa. So you gotta, you gotta get aggressive on that side as well too. And you have to pay, $300, $200 above asking price for a rental property. And that's insane. But that's the type of market we're in. We can't complain. Just gotta innovate, and that's what we've just been doing.
I feel like once you saw the Liberty City property, that changed
Oh,
like the whole
bro,
thing. You're like,
that
we're,
was just
we're in a
like-
completely different market.
Yeah, bro. I'm just like, this is an area people run from, and you're paying $400,000.
That's crazy.
That's big.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you both. I always ask signature questions at the end of my episodes, and I think this is the perfect one for you both. But in your business, like, what is one of those best tips you can provide somebody to locking up that contract, or the listing, but locking up that deal in
Say
a
that
really
again, because you kind of froze. So we didn't hear the question. Say the question over.
So, like, what is one of the best tips you can provide somebody to locking up your deal or a listing or a contract in a really hot market like Miami? Best tip.
Go ahead.
To locking up your home?
No, he said the best tip to locking up a deal or getting into a contract or whatever. Like the best tip you can give somebody in this market, like to thrive.
Buyers and seller side?
Buyers, sellers, realtors, or just in general?
Either side.
Either side, whatever.
I'll let you answer it.
I mean, I give mine, you give yours. Yeah.
Me, most importantly, building that relationship. And I learned that a lot from him.
That's mine. She stole it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Calling the agent, because he's so good at that. He calls the agent. He makes good friends with them. Every now and then you don't want that jerk agent that's like, oh, why are you calling me? But he doesn't care. He's just like, call. So that's a really big thing. A really big thing. But I'm going to let him just elaborate on that.
Yeah, man. The biggest thing I could give somebody in this market, in any market, honestly, in any industry, and no matter what you do in life, is build good relationships. Mm-hmm. Build good relationships. Give first. Provide value, because you always want to provide value. Nobody likes a person that just take. What can I do for you? How can I help you? What can I do to make your day better? Like, how can I make this experience the best experience that you ever had? And then through building those relationships, through providing value, you're gonna get that back tenfold. Like me and you, like you said, we met 5 years ago. I just feel like you're like my best friend. We stayed, even if we haven't talked in like months or so. I'm like, Alito, what's going on? And just like hop on the phone. It's just that relationship, and we're always like, communicating and providing value to each other. I'm like, hey, Al, man, I love you. Like, Al, I want to get you, to do a class for our brokers. And I got you to do it like, what, 2 times, 3 times?
Yeah.
Just like, I want you to, showcase your skills, showcase your business. I want to see you succeed. And when you're operating like that, man, you're in a good space. People want to do business with you. People want to be around you, and you just start manifesting and gravitating and putting in the things in your dreams, your desires, your goals, and you're just a great person to be around. You're great, you have that great energy, and that's my biggest tip, because it doesn't require any like skills or whatnot. It's just, just learn to just build good relationships, and
also I feel like pre-qualifying them up front. I feel like that's most important when it comes to getting them accepted. Like right now within this market, you need a 650 or higher credit score. So right ahead, once you tell me you have a 500 or below, I'm not going to tell you I can work with you. Do you have a co-signer? If your father or a friend can co-sign for you to make you more, what is it? More likable, not
qualified,
likable, more qualified, more, I can't even think
favorable,
right now, more favorable to be chosen, then you definitely want to do that. You want to do that ahead of time, because if not, you end up wasting your time. So that's a big thing too, especially with getting them pre-approved for a home too. Not make sure they're pre-qualified already, not just so they talk to a lender. No, I need to know that you sent in documents, sent in paperwork, and they're like, you're pre-approved for this price. So that way, you have a solid client, and you can tell that to the next agent. They're solid. They have all their money. They're putting 20% down. That's so important. So especially even in the rental market too, you want to make sure you know everything they have, tell them what they need to do ahead of time, get all the paperwork, know that they make 3 times as much, put them in a position. If you don't, let me add another person, but add this person on the lease, okay, to at least give that 3 times as much income.
Yeah, that's true. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Qualifying. That's within anything that you do as well too.
Mm-hmm, because at the end of the day, we can build all the relationships that we want, but it's up to the seller to accept it, or even the landlord to accept them. So getting them pre-qualified up front, knowing every single thing we need to do, and just weighing out all the obstacles that might come in our way makes it so much easier.
And that goes with when you're sitting down with a client too, getting them prepared to actually, make that move. You want to let them know, hey, look, this is what you need to do. You're here, but here's the roadmap so you can get here and accomplish your goal. So qualifying them as well too. But without the relationship, you won't get to that client.
Yep,
so,
true.
So those are the biggest steps. Thank you.
Teamwork.
All right.
Teamwork.
Look at that power duo right there.
Mm-hmm.
You both feed off each other. It's amazing. You're speaking and she's speaking and you're speaking, and it's great. I love it. You have that amazing relationship, that power duo couple together. And even Marvin was loving it. Marvin's like relationships. Love that. So it's all about relationships in what you're doing today and keeping that relationship, just like you and I have done for 5 years. Keep it going. You never know what's happening. Something's happening in South Florida. Something's happening in Jacksonville or North Florida or all of Florida. You never know. You never know. So the answer always changes each time on this question. It can be title. It can be the lender. It can be appraisals. It can be the market shifting. There's so many different answers that I've gotten on the show about this. But what do you both find is the biggest deal killer that you come across, especially in this hot market?
In this hot market, it will have to be appraisal. Honestly, I'll say that's my answer. I feel like that's my answer, because let's say you have a client that they have all their money put aside between the down payment and closing costs. Now appraisal comes back $20,000 less, and now the seller's like, no, I want them to pay this much. So it's at a point, if they have a loan, the loan is not going to pay over appraisal price. So now you're at a position like, hey, I'm going to pay my closing costs. It's already $20,000. I come up with another $20,000. It's $40,000. So it's like, I feel like that's mine. What is yours?
I'm in my head trying to
He's thinking.
I'm like, look, honestly, I already ran through like 7 different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
I have to honestly say all of them. The reason why I'm saying all of them, because like in this market, you're not only getting finance clients, but you're also getting those clients that come in cash. Like when you're coming in cash, like you have no appraisal. You have no appraisal. You kind of pretty much know what you're paying for. And if your offer gets accepted, you already know, like, okay, I'm paying this price. This is the set price. I don't have to worry about no appraisal. I skip the appraisal, whatever. And then I guess title plays a big role. But yeah, I say title plays a big role as well too. I say inspection.
Okay,
yeah,
inspection.
That's a big one too.
Inspection first, then appraisal.
Yeah, actually inspection, because like
that's the deal breaker.
You know what? It is inspection. You're right, baby. You're right. Yeah. Inspection, because now you're like, okay, you have people all the time. I don't want to see the property. I don't need to see the property. I just want to go ahead and buy it. Here, send for it. Inspection come back. Wait, what? Foundation issues? Oh no, I'm out. Yeah, I don't want this, because that's that time period, that time frame where you can actually really back out with no problem. Yeah. So you see a bunch of times people, they outbid everybody. They go through that inspection. It's like, no, I'm good. Mm-hmm. I don't want to move forward anymore. I thought about it. I'm good. So inspection would be like that deal killer. But then, if you're working with investors, a lot of them do the work up front. They know, okay, blah, blah, blah. But still, sometimes it might go uninspected. So inspection would be that block, usually where a lot of people are out.
You even have that time where the buyer's okay with what's wrong, but they want repairs or a credit, but the seller's just not. They're not having it. Like, no, take it how it is. We got multiple other offers. Take it how it is. So
you're right.
So are you gonna move forward, lose out on money, or gotta put extra money aside later on, $20,000 a week later to fix the pipe? So it's like
that's true, because that's one of my negotiation tactics. Mm-hmm. We go ahead, we win the offer, and like, okay, we're gonna get you on inspection. Don't worry about it. We're gonna see an inspection. Just in case, try to wiggle some more money towards the buyer side or the seller side during an inspection. So inspection can really be a make it or break.
So I take my appraisal back.
Isn't that amazing?
Appraisal, you can get through it, because once the seller waits 30 days, they're okay with going down. Closings next week. Just go with the price. Yeah, you're right. Inspection.
Yeah.
Look at that. From appraisal to title to all 7 and everything to inspection. That's it. Inspection. That's great. I don't know if I've had that answer on my episode, but that's great. You two are great. I love the power duo in both of you. Keep striving to do amazing things. Jada, so great meeting you finally. Nice if there was ever a time that we could meet each other, like even if it's virtual, of course it happened on the show. Mm-hmm. And then of course I feel like I haven't seen you, Omi, in like a year.
Forever. I have to come to Jacksonville, bro. We'll take a trip down there to come see you.
I know. Come up anytime.
Yeah.
He got
Anytime.
younger, right?
What's that?
He looks younger, right?
I know. No, he hasn't aged a day. I mean, he looks great. I mean, he's aging great. So I love you both. You're doing amazing things. Keep going in this hot market. So I'll let you have the final words, final thoughts on the episode before we wrap it up. Go for it.
Have your final words.
He always puts you on the spot and put me first. Well, I just want to thank all of you for watching. Thank you so much, Al, for having us on the show and to be able to show, our expertise and even what we went through, just to explain that, give information, give insight. Because, hey, you got to fail before you win, right? So I'm thankful for that opportunity and, to be on the show. And then Omi?
I'm grateful to be here with Al, man. That's the biggest for me tonight, Al. It's been a pleasure, having this relationship with you. I'm so happy, and I'm just to see where you're at today, from no social media to now, the Al Nicoletti TV show. What's going on? What's even the backgrounds? It's wow, he has a background, bro. I need to get me a background too. The intro, we're backstage. I'm Al, you're, before he's hey, Omi, how do you do this on the social media? Now it's legit, So I'm very proud of you, my man. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for the value you continue to bring. Thank you for how you get people together and provide all this value to people and the people who's watching out there, bro. You're doing a phenomenal job. For me, whatever you need, you got it, my bro. So I support you all the way, and I will continue to support you, my bro.
I love it. Thank you so much, Omi. And you gave me a lot of support that 2 to 3 years ago when I had just come up to Jacksonville. You're like, man, you're not even on Facebook right now. You got to start posting some stuff. You got to be on YouTube. You got to be on Facebook. And it's all right, we'll get there eventually. And now all of a sudden it's 3 to 4 times a day you see a post.
Right. I can't even talk to you no more. I got to talk to the marketing team.
Yeah, it's rolling. So I give that credit to you to keep me motivated. And it really helped back then when I was just first getting into it. And look how it's been more important today than ever. So relationship building and being on social media and connecting with people in this market, it's all about relationships. And Omi, Jada, thank you so much for being on the episode. I can't wait to see you guys in person soon. Let's make it happen.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having us. Have
a
blessed night, Al.
All right. Sounds good, guys. All right, everybody, if you want more content like this, make sure you check out the Al Nicoletti YouTube channel under Al Nicoletti with all the amazing videos on probate, quiet title, partitions, and all the amazing guests that have been on the Al Nicoletti Show, on Instagram at Attorney Nicoletti, and the Al Nicoletti Show that is on iTunes and Spotify. You can hit subscribe, listen on the go, listen in the car, and you see all the micro content that's dropping out on Facebook on the business page. Check it out, all the stuff that's dropping weekly. And I will see you. Actually, there won't be a show next week, so I will see you September 1st with Zachary Wooldridge, and we're going to dive in on real estate. So I will see you then.